Yo guys, so I think I'm online now. I don't know. I hope. I'll see. I'll watch my own live stream. Today I'm gonna go over some macro questions that you guys have. We can also look into some of my macros. Uh, yeah, let's just have a chat together. Let me know in the live chat what macros you would like to see, or if you got any questions about macros, and I will go over it. So let me check my own live stream. All right, cool. Well, I figured out that it works. People can hear me, or I can hear myself. I'm just gonna share the link in some Facebook groups. All right, so far we have just one viewer. Mm-mm-mm. All right, Floris. Yeah, do you have any macro questions I could go over now, or do you want to see any of my macros from yesterday? And then we can go over some or create some, because I just started updating my show file with some macros to fasten up time code programming stuff that is or stuff that or for example macros where I can change stuff within a queue. So the execute I have selected, which is my main queue list. Someone's calling me. So yeah. Hey Dan. Now is the perfect time to ask me some questions about macros, and I will go over it. So if you still got any questions from yesterday, we can go over those questions now, or figure out some macro things. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, yeah. I just have to start my TV second screen, because apparently it doesn't work with my M8, or does it? No, it doesn't. Um, Florist. How I deal with my effects within timecode queue list. It's pretty easy actually. Most when I do a timecode queue list, I always use tracking, and so that means all the data that is stored in the previous queue will follow in the next queue till it's overridden or changed. And when I store an effect in, let's say, Q1, and I want it to run till Q10, and in Q11 I want it to stop. In Q11 I just stomp the effect and store it, which is you can write a macro which says stomp at. Then you select your fixtures, you click the macro, and then you click the effect you want to stomp, and it will stomp all the attributes. And then you just store it, and then the effect will be stomped in the queue that you don't want it to run anymore. Um, if you stomp them correctly, they shouldn't be running anymore. Could be that you have some other issues. Right, so we have 5 people watching now. Jeez. Not that much, but yeah, it's still. If you got some other question about anything else, doesn't have to be macros. It's the main topic, but we can also talk about something else. So, yeah. Let's see what we can achieve today. Well, let's have some fun. Not that much, but yeah. Yeah, people are going crazy at the moment, texting me. um, when I stomp effects, or when I want effects to stop, I never use remove or release. I always use stomp. I don't I don't think if remove or release works. Never tried it. Yeah, release I only use to release preset types. Uh, but not really in a timecode queue list. Or so far I haven't used it. Friend of mine just texted me he wants to watch, but it's dinner time. Just eat later, man. The stream will be available for anyone after it's done. I will just keep it online. If you want to watch it later, you don't have to watch it now. People have things to do, and yeah, different times in different time zones. So, well, I think I'll just start popping up some macros that we can go through. Let me see. think we can go over some looping macros, because that's a pretty nice thing to know, and I'll try to explain it if I find it. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, so looping is basically in you can see in macro line 11 that I'm using these brackets, as you can see, and I have two variables inside of it, which means the variable on the left side, variable count, if it's smaller than the variable color loop, which in both I obviously use a number, it will loop the macro. So if count is 1 and color loop is 16, it will loop itself 16 times, and then it will just turn off or ignore the line 11, and then just continue with line 12, 13, and 14. So it's basically not that hard. You just have to deal or figure out how to write it in terms of how many times the macro should loop. So most of the time I just create a counting variable, which is the called count, and a variable of how many times I want it to loop. Sometimes it's dynamic. In some macros I use, or I want to choose it myself, how many times. For example, a macro that stores a certain amount of presets, like my global presets. If I have 10, I want it to loop 10, so it stores those 10 presets in 10 queues. And sometimes I have more gobos or I have less, and then it only has to be whatever, 5 or 20 or what so on. There's no limitations if you do it correct. And that's basically about it. If you got any question about looping, put it in the chat and I will go over it, because I really suck in explaining. Alright, we got some questions. Oh, shit. That sucks. Let me check. Need to change my OBS. Display capture. Yes. Now it should hopefully work. I hope it does. Yes. Now the window is up. Oh yeah, the problem was it was in window 2, was it? Yes. Now that works. Let me go back to... Yes. Alright, now you can see it again. Maybe I'll explain it again. So in line 11, you can see I use two variables inside of a bracket. I don't even know how to call it in English. It's... So the variable on the left, the count variable, is in this case a dynamic number, which every time the macro loops itself will add 1 to it. and the right one is color loop. Is a fixed one. So in this case, in this macro, it is, we check, 16. So obviously the macro will loop itself 16 times. It stays like this, and the arrow just is just there. So as long as the variable count is smaller than the variable color loop, it will trigger the command that is after the brackets. So in that case, just go macro and line 5, and that happens 16 times. So we can like have a go and run it. It looks like that. Goes pretty easy. Let me check this. Yeah, Flores, I forgot that my the window popped up in screen 2, and it automatically opens screen 2, so I kind of missed that. It's probably those first or second time streamer fails that I have to go through till I'll become the next Christian Jackson or so. Just depending on how long this outbreak or virus lasts, because obviously I won't be having any time when summer season is back with all those festivals in Holland, which hopefully happen. Would be a, pretty much a shame, but yeah, I hope it will be over soon. Oh yeah, it's dinner time, of course. I should I should get some dinner as well, but let's let's see. Maybe some other people have some questions left. Just drop it, and if not, I'll end it. I'll end the stream. I'll probably come live a bit later or after dinner. Oh, let's see. Maybe I can show you one last macro which I made. Is pretty. It's pretty handy one to. Thanks, Dan. Uh, yeah, there's not really a lot of exciting things at the moment or things to do for us event technician people, because yeah, all events are cancelled. We're all sit at home. We're all trying to kind of get some work somewhere else, and we should probably also look around for some other jobs meanwhile, so we won't struggle. All right, let's go to the macro. So I got a macro to set my colors and or to set an appearance, which I can show you what it does. And now I can just set everything to red, or I'll set everything back to blue. It's pretty handy macro. I got it from the idea from Thomas. It's one of the best light operator. He's probably the best one in Austria. That's what I know for sure. And he's pretty amazing operator. So the macro is pretty easy. Let me try to pull it up. Yes. So it just sets a variable for all the color attributes, and then it will color the macro next to it, which is just an easy appearance at macro. So I also know which color is active at the moment. So if I want to have green, now the macro turns to green. Then which tilt and color bombs do you mean from yesterday from my free step chaser? I'm pretty struggling here with internet lag because I can see the live stream is pretty delayed, so it will take a while till I can read your comments and answer your questions. Nice. Also, my friend joined in now. Hey Tom, how's it going? How you doing over in Holland? I think then I will do an extra video about the free step chaser or how it works. It's basically not that hard. It's just a lot of uh copying macros, copying presets into the free presets that are sitting in the queue. So preset 1 obviously is in Q1, preset 2 is obviously in Q2, and preset 3 in Q3. And then I can just copy and merge data on top of it. Like if I want to have a tilt value active in the queues, I can just press in my color layout view the tilt up, and then it will go upwards. And I can also release it then, which is just copying a release preset into the free presets, and then it just doesn't affect tilt anymore. But I can make an own video about the free step chaser. So yeah, I think that's a whole whole video in itself. And yeah, there are many ways you can do the free step or the chaser I have. But yeah, Tom, the how I made the intensity mask the Q stacks. Do you mean my dimmer effects, or what do you mean? Emmanuel, this looks like Chinese for me. Yeah. It's a Chinese MA, of course. Now, for now, I'm using on PC. I'm sitting right next to the console, but it doesn't work. If I pull up a macro, it won't show on my PC. My first faders. Of course, Tom, you should already know how that works, but I can bring it up. Let's see if that works. Yes. All right, so the way I deal with my dimmer effects is per fixture types. I don't do the spot wash beam thingies. I don't know. I never liked it. Probably never will. So I just store in the first queue. I have full value without an effect stored into it. So yeah, first queue is always full, and I can reach it with top in whatever queue I'm. I click the top button and I will go to full. And throughout my dimmer effects, I only have one dimmer effect stored from Q2 to Q6, which I just changed the form throughout the command. So in my Q3, I have a ramp, so I assign the form 10 on effect 9, which is the first one for my dimmer effects. And then I also assign a width of 100, because when I use a pulse width, the width goes automatically to 50, and if you don't reset it to 100, it will stay on 50. And a ramp effect or a sign effect doesn't really look that nice with a width of 50. Sometimes it does, not always. Oh, you want to know how I make them? It's generated by a macro, of course. Let me try to find it. So the macro is over here, which does a lot of shit. So in the macro, I store the symmetrical selection into effect number 9, which is the, let me see, the first one, this one. That should only be one. So it stores it in that effect. Then it will put the group on full, stores it in Q1. It also labels the queue just in case something breaks or I'll fuck up anything or change queues that I don't want to. I can just hit the macro again, and within a millisecond I have my effect back again where it was, or my queue list with all labeled and everything that needs to be there, so I don't have to, I don't know, assign a speedmaster. So the rest of the macro is just storing going into the effect, or it puts the group in this effect, just stores it into the sequence Q2 through 6. It overrides it just in case something else is stored in there that doesn't have to be in there. And then it just starts assigning commands into it, which is the command you've seen earlier in the queue list. So whenever I fuck up my, let's say if I'll delete this and then it doesn't work anymore how it should work, and then I can run the macro again, which Now it's back again. So if I'll tend to fuck things up, which never happened yet, but you never know. Better be safe than sorry. I'll just have my. It's not a panic macro. It's just storing all the data and just keeps it or just stores it back the way it was before, or it has to be with all informations inside of the executor options, with all the informations inside of the queues. So there is no way of fucking it up and then having to go into the executor options to set a speed master to it to get my buttons that I need to or that I want to have, like the flash, the next, and the top button. So that is all within the macro. Then I've checked Jason's plugins. I really like them. It's pretty nice. I think I've used one of his plugins before I started building my own show file just to try it out. But I'm not really a fan of using other people's macros, plugins, because that way I don't know exactly what it does and what happens behind the console or inside of the console. And yeah, I'll rather just build my own stuff. So whenever I have to troubleshoot things, it just goes pretty quick. Because during a show, you still want to be able to operate or control the lights and also be able to just fix it pretty quick. Because if you have to think about how do I fix it now, or what is the problem, what do I have to do to fix it, you lose a lot of time, or you miss a lot of cues. Let's say. I think we can go over my tool macros. Yesterday I used my symmetrical tester macro a few times. I don't think I have pulled it up. It's pretty handy to just check it right away if you have a symmetrical selection or you don't. Just by running the macro, it's pretty easily written. I thought about it a few minutes how to write it, but it works out with looping macro again, of course. Yeah, last streaming. Okay, sorry guys, that was my sister. um, it basically uses Matrix 84, which let me check what that is. I think it's just the wings. Yeah, it's just using wings of 2, and then it sets the variable matrix to 0. Then it loops itself as many times as the selected fixture count, and selected fixture count is an variable from MA itself. So whatever fixtures you have selected or the count you have selected at the moment will be in this variable. So it will, if I have 20 fixtures selected, it will go through 20 fixtures. And because it's wings of 2, it will only be 10 fixtures that it has to step through. And but I haven't figured out how to divide in Viva a macro. I think that isn't even possible. It's only possible within a plugin. So it just goes through the selection two times, and then it goes back to a matrix one, which is just reset. So all my lights are back on full if I highlighted them, and then I can see if it's a symmetrical selection or not. If it looked symmetrical, then I can store it right away. And if it doesn't, I'll just have to select them again, try again, and make it symmetrical. And then run the macro, and then I'll see. Then, well, it's not really a high level that I'm on. Most of the things I just learned myself by sitting at home, killing a lot of free time with MA. Just most of the time, I just set myself a goal on where I want to, or what I want to achieve, or where I want to get. And then it's just, I don't know, writing a macro. So if I have to do something in MA over and over again for a lot of times, I'm trying to find a shorter way, which means I need to create a macro for that. So I'm just setting myself a goal that, yeah, I want to write a macro so I don't have to do all those steps anymore, just to speed up my programming. All right, yeah, let's go through my other tool macros. So this one is pretty obvious. It's record at. I use it when I when I want to record a macro. Uh, so um, let me think. If I wanna like say like do things that I can do physically on the MA, like group X at preset blah blah blah, and then just go through presets that instead of just writing it, I can record it. So we can have a little try out. Oh no, my macro is gone. Let's see. So you click the macro, select an empty pool. So whatever you do now will be in the macro. Whatever group 500. Please add 0. Please store execute. No, let's not do that. Just clear. Then I'll hit the macro again. Hit the other macro that is being recorded, and then it will look like this. Of course, some things you have to delete. It all also keeps track of timing. Most of the time I don't need that, so I can set it to 0, and then you got yourself a macro recorded a bit faster than writing everything down. G009, any good resources for learning more of syntax? What I did when I tried to learn macros and the syntax of MA, I looked a lot through the predefined macros, and just tried to figure out how it works and how, or just trying to understand the language of MA. I also had a look into ACT Lightning's website. I watched some tutorials. I posted in the MA groups on Facebook which works pretty nice. I still do it. Sometimes I'm still having a brain fart with easy things, and I'm not um I'm not getting where I want it to be, so I'm just posting into those groups. I'll get an answer within a few minutes. So yeah, there are a lot of possibilities to learn macros or the syntax. Just use all of them. That would be that will help you out pretty much. It helped me out. I did. I wrote a lot of nice and good macros with that. So yeah, just look around, watch some tutorials. Mm, great to be not- LDJLS. What do you mean? Are you also struggling with those crisis with the current crisis? All right, let's go over my instance generator macro. I once had a show with PsychFX 8 figures from Rope, which is a tail strip figure with 8 internal LED cells. You can control them apart from each other. Dimmer, RGB, and you have a main module of the base, so you can have a tilt, a shutter, zoom, and dimmer as well. So if for example, the main module is on 0, you can put on all the LED cells on full. It will not output as soon as there is not an output on the main module. And it was pretty weird or hard or complicated for me to deal with that in the first place, because if you just select the fixture, you have all the instances. So in that case, on the PsychFX, it's 9 instances, so 8 LED cells and one main module. You have everything selected, and I wrote myself a macro which takes it apart. It's also again a looping macro with a lot of variables. It's just asking, or it just creates a variable, the group destination, so where it needs to be stored or where I want it to be stored. It also asks for an instance group. That's the source group. So the if I have my PsychFX, all of them stored into group one, I put in group one. Um, Instance count, that will be, you can also look it up inside the patch, which you can see if you have them here. You have instances. So if you have the PsychFX, there you go. You have 9 instances. Uh, and then it will just use a just takes it apart and then stores it in my group. So I have a group for the main module only, but all fixtures of the PsychFX, and then for all fixtures of the PsychFX with LED cell 1. um Let me show you that. I need to patch. Where are they? There you go. PsychFX quantity. Now let's just take one. apply. Alright, I forgot. Channel 201. Of course. Of course. Everything is already. Oh, I'm using that as well. Let me see. Yes. Alright. So now let me try to pull up my. Nope. Nope. Yes. Alright. So now I can click my module. It will. No, let's do it here. 426. Alright, now it will ask me for my group destination. I will use 1371. My source group is the one that I have stored in, which is 1352. How many instances? It's 9. And then boom. So now I have my main module. And then I have all the LED cells, which now have only a dimmer value. So it's easier instead of dealing with this kind of thing. I also have a pretty nice macro to help me, for example, light up or put a lot of beams towards a DJ. I'll mostly use it. So if I have 10 pointies in one row apart, 1 meter apart from each other, I can. Let's take those ones. I select them. I highlight them. Let me see. Maybe we can make that visible somehow. Yes. So. Let's go closer. So now I have my first fixture. Can't even see it. Yes, now works somehow. So I have my first fixture. Oh, that's too much. I put it on a value. I put it at, and then I can next through. Sorry, it's gone. So now you can see it points in some direction, and then I can next through. and set all the lights to the data the previous light has, and then I'll just go in, use a little bit of tilt, use a little bit of pun to get to where it needs to be, and that's how I do an easy selection. It obviously doesn't follow. Now let's go back to the main. And it just looks like this. It's pretty easy. Just stores my selection into a group, and then it just next through it goes through the fixture, and then it puts it on the group 99. So it will always just copy paste the values that are in group 999, which is just one fixture, and it puts it on the next fixture, and then on the next, and then on the next. So it's pretty handy tool to do some fast positioning or lighting up a DJ or a drum or whatever you want to light up. Do we have any questions so far? Or do you guys want to see some other macros from yesterday? Anything? Otherwise, I will end the live stream for today and I'll go for dinner. I'll probably tomorrow I will record a video about the free step chaser. Probably not gonna live stream it. So the video will be a short video and it will explain all the necessary things. So you don't have to watch an hour video to just build a chaser. So yeah, I'll try to record and edit it so it's just a quick and short video and easy to watch for everyone. Yo, hey Yolin. Yeah, my day. It's pretty boring to be honest. I helped my sister clean the house today because there's not much to do. We're not allowed to go outside from the government of Austria. So yeah, not much you can do. Yesterday I just cleaned my car. So probably tomorrow I will clean my car again. How do you save groups for all of your bumps? How do you mean exactly? Do you mean those groups, that one that are colored? No, I'm not allowed to drive to the Netherlands at the moment because the borders are closed. I can't even go to Germany. I'm not even planning to go back to the Netherlands anytime soon. There's no point in going back and just waiting for one or two jobs to pop up. So I'll just stay in Austria. I will help a friend of mine in the IT industry, setting up some video screens and shit. So yeah, I'll try to stay alive and make a little bit of money here in Austria before I go back to Holland when everything starts again. I think my bumps are a bit different than your bumps. I don't really have bumps with odd even left right blah, or yeah, I do have left right, but yeah, I just merge groups together. So if I have a left right group, I just store all my fixtures in there instead of having a left right from my ponies, having a left right from my BMFLs. So I'll just merge everything together. I hope that answers your question, or if I even understand it right. Oh. What are all you guys doing during the lockdown, or are you even on lockdown? Are you able to step outside and just have walk around or visit your friends? What are you guys doing to kill some free time? Ugh. All right, yeah, it's yeah. You can just merge your groups together. There's no point in uh having more groups of the same kind. If you have like a group of of an odd and even, your odd group and your even group, you can just store all your fixtures in there in your odd and all fixtures in your even, and then you can still separate it if you click your you can either go into a world. If you just want to take like your pointy odd even, you can go into the world with all your pointies in there, click the groups, or you can just off the other groups when your world is full. So there are, I think, two or more ways. Yeah, my Facebook timeline is going crazy at the moment. I have way too much time, and I'm just posting about my frustration about the situation and trying to make people laugh. Some people get insulted by it, but yeah, that's just life. I'm just trying to see it from the from a fun side, or at least have something to laugh about a shitty situation, because there's no point in just sucking it in and crying about it or be mad about it, because we can't do shit about it at the moment. So I'm just making fun of it. Just keeps me happy for a while. All right, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. Uh, if you still have any questions, you can still comment on the video. You can also send me a message on Facebook. As I said again, there is enough time now to answer all your questions, and I'm pretty bored. So just shoot me a question or send me a message, and I'll try to help you.